Summoning tryhard has never been easier thanks to the new Darkwing Blast support cards. Scareclaw is one of the best rogue decks in the game right now, so keep watching to find out how you can perform these combos and can win all your matches at locals and tournaments. We're doing a Scareclaw combo video talking about the new ways you can make your end boards. Before we do, make sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers. Let's get there before the end of the year. Alright, so first up we're going to do a random test hand with Parallel Exceed, Bystial Magnamort, Scareclaw Astra, Rive Aramazir, and the Scareclaw Acro. So this is a really good hand. Activate the Rive Aramazir, giving us the adventure token, and then with the adventure token we're going to place down the Faithful Adventure as well. Let's do that. This is one of the reasons why I really enjoyed the Scareclaw engine or the Scareclaw deck, is it works so well with adventure because they don't have normal summonable effects, right? So we normal summon the Acro and then we search the equip spell with the Faithful Adventure. We move on and search the Griffin Rider so we can protect our Scareclaw combo. Protecting the Scareclaw combo is really important because you want to make sure you're able to set up the Omni Negate and more importantly set up the Tri-Heart and any follow-up like an IP Masquerader. So getting the Griffin is really good right now. Effect of Draco back to equip to the token, chain to summon the Griffin Rider. Now we can do our Scareclaw combo and not worry about any sort of disruption. So we're going to summon the Lightheart and search for the Scareclaw field spell. Now you can chain block the Scareclaw Lightheart with the Faithful Adventure search, and if you don't see your full adventure combo, that's probably what you want to do, but it does lose to infinite permanence. Keep that in mind. We'll activate the Scareclaw field spell, searching us the in this case, in most cases, it's going to be Bystial Starfrost. We're going to activate Bystial Starfrost's effect. We're going to special summon it by destroying the Scareclaw Lightheart, and then because we control our Bystial Starfrost, we can special summon Lightheart from the graveyard. But it is a once per duel effect, so keep that in mind. So this is where it gets interesting. You can do a lot of different stuff here. I could just summon the Scareclaw Astra. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to special Astra, and then we're going to go into our Scareclaw Tri-Heart here. If you remember my hand, I do have a Parallel Exceed in there, which means we're going to trigger it now. We're going to special summon the Parallel Exceed, and then activate its effect to special a copy from the deck. This card is a must in the deck in my opinion, and it's just amazing because you mostly always only link summon. Next we want to do is link these two away for the IP Masquerader. What we can do here is we can summon the Magnamort and do some stuff with that. We could also just do the Scareclaw Tri-Heart combo, which I think I'm going to do. Special summon the Scareclaw Acro with Tri-Heart's effect, and then resolve it by searching the Scareclaw right card, and then we'll special summon right card because we have a Scareclaw. We'll special summon adjacent, and then trigger this effect to search a Scareclaw spell or trap. So if you think you are going to have the Bystial Starfrost on field, Scareclaw Twin Soul might be the best option because it can banish for its effect because you have Bystial on the field. Or you can just keep it simple and search the Scareclaw Splash, which beats Darkwing no more, which beats Evenly Matched. You're able to protect your Griffin, you're able to protect your Tri-Heart thanks to that card, so it's really strong. So we're going to search the Scareclaw Splash, and then on resolution, because we have 3 or more defense monsters, we can draw a card with right card. So I'm going to cut my deck and then draw a card. We got a Small World, which is hilarious, but because the board space is full and because we're locked into Scareclaw monsters, I'm not going to extend anymore. I'm going to set the Scareclaw Splash and then call it a day. So that was an example of a combo line that is actually incredibly easy to do in the deck, and I think that's what I want to share the most, is just how consistently easy it is to get this end board. We have the Scareclaw Tri-Heart being a nuisance to decks that don't have link monsters, but if they do have link monsters, we have ways to, you know, take out their monster with the IP Underworld combo or the IP Unicorn combo. Scareclaw Splash being a trap card means you're able to respond to Dark no more, which I think is the scariest thing. When I was playtesting this deck, the most powerful thing you could do is always negating the Dark no more with your Scareclaw Splash. Of course, if it comes back to our turn, it is so easy to OTK the opponent. Guys, this is an example of an incredibly insane combo. Now let's move on to the deck profile. Welcome to the Scareclaw deck profile. We're going to walk you through what exactly you want to run to achieve those crazy Scareclaw combos. We're running 3 Scareclaw Balone, 3 Scareclaw Astra, and 3 Scareclaw Acro. The reason why is you want to see these names as much as possible and they don't conflict with the adventure engine. 2 Rykart. Yes, Rykart is actually pretty amazing with the combo, with, you know, just how easy it is to OTK. You kind of don't need the third one as much. If you don't have a level 3 Scareclaw in Grave, Rykart doesn't get to special summon any Scareclaw bodies, which means the OTK is not as strong. So just keep that in mind. And then we are topping this off with a Bystial Starfrost. And if you've seen the combo, you know how important Bystial Starfrost is. If you saw my recent video talking about how important this card is, why you probably should pick a copy up if you don't have one. Next engine we are running is the Illegal Knight, Wandering Griffin Rider, and the 3 Temples. This is our adventure engine, and it is pretty good, guys. It is fairly optimized as standard at this point. We're running a small Illusion of Chaos package to see that third body, to have the draw 2, which I think is really nice. And this engine is actually super synergistic with the adventure engine because you have to send the dead spells and traps to grave, or you can get rid of the field spell because you don't really need it after you've done the searching. Yes, it does attack reduction, but guys, the attack reduction is not that crazy, so that's why I like to send it off of Magician's Soul. Something else we're running is Parallel Exceed. Like I mentioned in the combo video, like you've probably seen, this card is insane, and every time you draw it, you're loving it because you know you're about to go to an IP or just have a really easy try-hard. So there we go, there is the Parallel Exceed, and then some Bystials for the tournament hate and really a meta check. But again, these guys are great. Since Darkwing Blast, we're able to have a third body for the tryhard, and also, you know, be a nuisance. Druidworm is amazing. Druidworm Magnumons, go for it, go crazy. And then to top it off, 3 Cash Fenrir, because this is the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh, the craziest card to play, and is super fun to resolve. So Cash Fenrir is able to break boards and win the games just by himself. So just adding that to a deck like Scareclaw is insane. This card is also great for small world. There we go, guys. There's the Cash Fenrir, and I'm very excited about Photon Hypernova, where we can mix the 2 Cash and Scareclaw decks together and have a lot of fun. For the spell lineup, for the Scareclaw lineup, we're running 2 of the field spells. When you do draw this card, it just seems really bad because you're doing what Lightheart should have done, which is a +1. So we only run 2 because of Scareclaw Decline. Speaking of Scareclaw Decline, we're able to basically have a 3rd copy of the field spell at all times, and I think that's just pretty crazy. We're running Scareclaw Arrival as a 1-of, which is probably strange, and I understand that some people want to run more of it. It's a nice way to extend because, again, it's not once per turn. You can also press on the Bystial Starfrost if you have the Twin Sword set up, and then Scareclaw Splash and Twin Sword. Twin Sword is basically Sword Sword Blackout, but is even more broken. It's Grave Effect, of course, turning off every Link monster in the game. If we ever get into another Link heavy format, you know Scareclaw is going to basically be the best deck in the room because of Twin Sword, and the Splash is your no to Darkwing No More, is your answer to Darkwing No More. We're running the Adventure Package. It is super standard, guys. Don't want to go into it too much. Make sure to remember that Rive Aramezi is a activation per turn. So if the activation is negated, let's say by a Baron de Fleur or something like that, you can activate another one, which is really cool. So keep that in mind. 2 Small Worlds and Foolish Burial. I took out the Ultimate Slayers, but I'm thinking of bringing it back in because of the new Exceed monster in Darkwing Blast, the Ultimate Aggregator. So that might be something I do in the future. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see that. Running 3 Forbidden Droplets. Branded Bystial is starting to go crazy, and I think no one's able to check it at the moment because Raza Sample is just that strong. So I'm running the Forbidden Droplets as a check to that. But also, you don't need too many pieces in this deck. In a deck that has a very efficient, easy 1-card combo, Droplet is a must, a no-brainer. And guys, that's been the monster. Let's go into the extra deck now, and I'll talk a little bit about those. For the extra deck, we're running 2 Scareclaw Tryhard. It's not a hard once per turn at all. If a new copy enters the field, you can use its Reborn effect again to actually set up the OTK, because by then you're going to have 4 Scareclaws on the field attacking like 4 times, which is pretty insane. Shout out to this card. Shout out to Konami for making this card. Basically Striker Dragon on steroids, because it also comes back to the field if Visus is on the field. These are utility cards. Dark is great because we do run a predominantly dark deck. Cherry Bean is nice to find your adventure engine when you don't have it, because it is really important to stop that Nibiru, stop any counters that your opponent might have. Next up is a Link Spider, because if you get Nibiru'd or if the adventure token is on the field, it could turn into an effect monster, turning into a material for the Tryhard. Next up is Nightmare Unicorn and IP Masquerena, 2 really good cards. Speaking of IP targets, we have the Underworld Goddess and the Avramax. If you haven't seen my other video about the top 5 cards to get right now, Underworld is one of the best boss monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. You can get rid of any card in the game with Underworld, so for that reason, guys, you have to get this card. And if you're playing Scareclaw, definitely pick one up. Playing 1 Access Code. IP Avramax and Access Code are kind of your game enders if Tryhard doesn't do the job, which it probably does 99% of the time. And then to round it off, we are running Visa Starfrost at level 6 and Bystials level 6. So I've decided to run the Wallow Dragon, really interesting Exceed monster. And what I've noticed is because there are some spaces in the extra deck, there are options on what you can run. If you got a Baron de Fleur, definitely run that as a replacement. And then the last card we're running is the Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess and the Abyss Dweller. There are cases where you can easily go into a rank 4, so I'm going to summon Abyss Dweller 99% of the time as a tournament check. And there we go, guys. That's been the deck profile. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the combo video. Hope you're able to learn something, maybe how to play the deck. I also do have Master Duel Scareclaw content in a playlist, which I'll link it somewhere on the screen. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.